Well, I'm doing it, boys. We're making a Pokemon Go video. So, around me, I live kind of close to a place called Glenmore Reservoir, and it's a pretty popular, like, running, hiking spot. But along it, there's a bunch of these benches that are dedicated to, like, a person who's passed away or something. And almost everyone's a Pokestop. So, there's, like, 12 Pokestops just along this road that I'm showing you. And that's, like, my little bike mount kind of thing for my phone, so I can Pokemon Go and bike. It's pretty handy. But yeah, it was a little out of focus. Sorry about that. It's hard to bike and you hold the camera at the same time. So yeah, just along here, and I thought I'd make a video about it. So you may not live near here, but just try finding like a park or a running place near you, and it'll probably have kind of the same amount of Pokestops within an area. Yeah, and then up here's it's like always triple lured. Because there's three Pokestops on each other. You can see it's out of focus. Sorry again, but there's always like around like 30 or 20 people around here. So it's crazy. So every time I come up here, there's always like three Pokemon I could instantly catch. So here's in game. So here I'm just hitting all the Pokestops. This is the triple lure spot where everyone was. Just catching some drowsies. No big deal. Yeah, so I caught around 3 here. So now I'm just, yeah, catching one more. So now I go rip down the pathway and just go and grab all the Pokestops. I only grab Pokeballs, Super Potions, eggs, and raspberries. I don't go for, like, just, like, regular potions or revives because I already have way too many of those and don't really need more than 50. So I wanted to find out how much experience I'm getting for just running the lap, like getting the 3 lures and then going all the way down, getting 12 Pokestops and biking back and repeating. So I timed it. It took me 6 minutes and 36 seconds to do. And let's get back to the house and do some math. So there's 12 Pokestops along the way. Then I averaged around 4 Pokemon I catch along that route. Yeah, it was sometimes more, sometimes less, but it was around 4 every time. And to do a complete lap of all 12 Pokestops, it took me 6 minutes and 36 seconds. So pretty quick because I was on a bike. So experience for catching Pokemon. The minimum you could get is 100 experience if you don't have a great throw and you already have that Pokemon. And but the maximum is 710. That's if it's a new Pokemon, you have a curveball, and it's a excellent throw. So not very likely you'll get that, but that is the maximum you get for catching a Pokemon. For Pokestops and experience, every Pokestop is 50 experience, and you multiply that by 12, which gives you 600 experience for 12 Pokestops. So now to find the maximum amount of experience you could get, you take 710, which is the maximum amount of experience you get for catching a Pokemon, and then multiply that by 4, because you catch 4 Pokemon, and then that gives you 2,840 experience. So now let's figure this out. So we have 600 experience for the Pokestops, and then 2,840 experience for the all 4 Pokemon. This is assuming the maximum again. So add those together, and you get 3,440. So that's the combined experience that you'll be getting. And remember, this is for 6 minutes and 36 seconds. So now let's figure out how much experience we get per hour. So we take our 6 minutes and 36 seconds, our time, to put that over how much experience we get, 3,440, and then use cross multiplication. So we want to figure out 60 minutes, so an hour, and we want to find X, the amount of experience we'll get in an hour. So now we take 3,440, multiply that by 60, then divide by 6.36 to find out X. And so doing that, you get 32,453 experience. So that's a ton for an hour. That's at least a couple levels. But again, this is assuming that you get a perfect throw and catch a new Pokemon every time, which is extremely unlikely. But if you use 2 lucky eggs, you could double that amount of experience to give you 64,906 experience per hour. So that's just absolutely crazy. If you go out and do this for a couple hours, you'll just be so far ahead in levels. Now I wanted to find out the minimum amount of experience, so I just get a range and kind of see just a more likely scenario. So you take the 100 experience, the minimum experience for catching a Pokemon, multiply that by 4 and get 400. So now you take 600 experience from the 12 Pokestops, and then add 400. And then that gives you 1,000 experience. So not nearly as much as the 3,440 from the max experience catching Pokemon, I guess. So again, this is 1,000 experience per 6.36 minutes. So I want to find per hour. So again, we're going to be using cross multiplication to figure this out. So we take the 6.36 minutes, put that over the 1,000 experience this time, and we want to find an hour. So we put 60 minutes for an hour over x, which will be the experience per hour. So to figure this out, we take 1,000, multiply by 60, and divide by 6.36. And by doing so, we get 9,434 experience per hour. So this is the minimum. So there's a range between 9,434 and 64,906. So that's a huge range, obviously. But either way, it's both good amount. Like I'm around level 12, and it takes around 10,000 experience to level up. So even just getting the minimum is amazing. And again, none of this counts for evolutions or powering up Pokemon, which can account for a huge amount of experience. So I think this is a pretty good way. So that's it for the video. Make sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Tell your friends for more. So hope you enjoyed. Bye.